Welcome to The Evolution of Sports, the talk show where we explore the history and development of sports throughout the ages. I'm your host, Evan Brorby, and today we'll be discussing ancient racing technologies, from ancient chariot races to modern-day running shoes. No matter the century, humans have been obsessed with the thrill of competition. In particular, the pursuit of finding faster and more entertaining ways to race, from the sleek and agile chariots of ancient civilizations to the advanced materials and design of modern running shoes. We'll be exploring how these technologies have changed throughout the ages. So, is NASCAR racing the product of chariot racing? And should we be running naked like the ancient Greeks? Stick around and let's find out. In ancient Greece, the renowned Olympic Games featured a variety of running events, including but not limited to the sprint, long-distance run, and other events that were a part of the pentathlon. Yet, in these events, it was all customary for the athletes to be completely naked. However, why they did this is still up for debate. Some scholars argue that the ancient Greeks wanted to show off their physique to the god Zeus, who was the patron of the Olympic Games, or potentially intimidate their competitors. It is also possible that the Greeks valued the human form so much that competing naked was just an extension of this and a way to showcase their strength and athleticism. Yet, if we read ancient texts, there may be little reason at all for this. Let's read a quote by ancient tourist by the name of Pausanias. Near the Olympic tomb of Korobios is buried Osipios, who won the stadium at Olympia, while the other athletes in the competition wore periazomata in accordance with the ancient practice. He ran naked. I think that the periazoma slipped off deliberately at Olympia, for he recognized that a nude man can run more easily than one who is girt. Okay, but let's fast forward to the present day, where running technologies have come a long way. Modern marathons and Olympic events are now exclusively won by athletes wearing high-tech running shoes. These shoes are designed to provide a balance of cushioning and support, ultimately creating the maximum amount of performance gains. Today, specifically Nike's Vaporfly model has revolutionized the industry of running. When compared to traditional running shoes, according to the New York Times, these have consistently provided a 3 to 4% increase in the runner's speeds. While this may seem marginal at first glance, this could lead to a savings of over 5 minutes in a whole marathon, which makes all the difference at the highest level. While at first glance, a Roman chariot may look like nothing more than a flimsy box attached to a set of wooden wheels, its design was actually far more purposeful. However, we have a problem. See, analyzing ancient racing chariots is not as simple as just walking down to your local museum. In fact, as of today, there are no genuine ancient racing chariot artifacts. But here's the thing, maybe we don't need one. Ancient Roman craftsmen were so good at their job that maybe we don't need to look at an actual chariot. We can look at the toys and artifacts that they created. Specifically, there is a model of an ancient chariot and horse toy that is located at the British Museum in London that we can look towards. This model was excavated on the Tiber River in Italy, and it is so extraordinarily detailed that historians can utilize this information to make a true reconstruction of a chariot. What we learn is that the true chariots were built with a combination of wood, rawhide, glue, and even iron. The glue they used was some sort of animal hide derivative, and in combination with rawhide strips, they were able to make the wheels of the chariots extremely strong and secure everything together. However, possibly the most innovative area of the chariot was in the addition of metal. Specifically from the model, we can see that Roman chariot engineers forged a thin iron strip to act as a tire. According to engineering professor Dr. Sandor at the University of Wisconsin, this most likely further improved the strength, rigidity, and durability of the chariot wheels. However, if we take a minute to compare these results with those of other ancient chariots and artifacts, we see that this iron ring is more often than not only found on the right wheel. But why is this the case? Well, Roman chariot races went around a track counterclockwise, which according to Dr. Sandor means that there is more force and strain being applied to the right wheel. Therefore, by placing this iron strip, they were able to reinforce this wheel and it could handle heavier loads. And according to her estimates, this would potentially increase the chances of winning by upwards of 80%. Doesn't this sound familiar? Are modern day NASCAR and Formula 1 racing really that different? Well, in one sense, yes. Formula 1 cars are traveling at 230 miles per hour, about 6 times faster than the average chariot, and instead of live animals, cars are built out of metal and run on petrol rather than hay. But couldn't we also say that NASCAR is rather the evolution of chariot racing? Just like we saw previously, NASCAR also modifies the tires of their cars as well. In fact, they change the pressure of the left and right side so that they can go around left turns better. Technology of modern sporting equipment has come a long way since the times of the ancient Greeks and Romans. Today, cutting-edge technology is a crucial part of the sport, and it's put in everything from shoes to Formula 1 cars where we literally use carbon nanotubes, a material that was thought strong enough to build a space elevator. However, as we begin to embrace these technologies, it's essential that we look back on the sports of the past. The ancient Greeks competed completely naked and relied on just their own physical capabilities to excel in running. Yet in doing so, they created a level playing field that, unlike today, which requires expensive and high-tech equipment, didn't create a barrier of entry into the sport. I'd love Formula 1 racing as much as the next guy, but are these technologies really good or bad? I don't know, but if you ask me, I wouldn't be too opposed for the next Olympics being in the nude.